If you are a new DJI Mavic drone owner, like I am, or not, doesn't even have to be a Mavic, could be a Phantom or an Inspire, although if you're going with the Inspire, chances are you got a little bit bigger of a budget. You might be thinking, well, I got some travel plans coming up, and how am I going to charge this thing out in the bush, or in the middle of nowhere, or while I'm hiking through a mountain, or while I'm camping? If you're going off-grid, charging your Mavic and its accessories might become a bit of an issue. Well, I found a simple solution rather than wasting, or not wasting, but spending a ton of money buying, a bunch of extra batteries, and it's more useful and practical as well. Basically, or at the moment, I am kind of stuck with just one battery until I scrape up or save up a little more money, buy an extra battery. Chances are, if you're going out in the wild, you might have at least one extra battery, so you can swap them as needed. Well, a low-cost alternative and much more useful, especially for camping, is something like this, which is a lithium jump starter, or they're commonly referred to as a lithium jump starter. Great for jump starting an internal combustion vehicle. However, that's not all it does. It also has an output to charge your laptop computer, and this one has two USB ports. The laptop charging is voltage selectable of 12, 16, or 19, and also it has, well, besides having red and blue strobes, it also don't hold the button down. There we go. There we go. Also has a very bright LED flashlight, and I guess the red and blue strobes are technically illegal. If it's an emergency situation and you need help, yeah, at least you got strobes. Because definitely if someone sees red and blue strobes, they're going to be coming looking for you. One other nice thing about it is it has 12-volt output at a very high power output too. So what am I getting at? This is what I'm getting at. For less than $20, I already had the jump starter. You can pick these up. I highly recommend the JDB jump starter. They gave me this one a few years ago to test, and I've been using quite literally the living crap out of it, and it has worked flawless. My dad has 3 from different brands, and he takes good care of them, and they just haven't lasted. This thing's been bulletproof. I highly recommend it. So for less than $20, I picked up this neat attachment right here. And basically what this does is it has the EC5, I always forget what the plug is, the EC5 plug on it, then converts the EC5 plug to a 12-volt socket, also referred to as a cigarette socket, or a 12-volt cigarette outlet. So you just plug that into your lithium jump starter, and then I have a 12-volt car adapter to charge the Mavic battery. So you can use this not only out in the bush or off-grid with your jump starter, you can also use it with your car to charge the Mavic battery while you're driving. And then, of course, we have the Mavic battery, which when I just flew it, the battery was 70% reported on the Mavic when I shut it off. So we actually only have 3 lights out of 4. So now that this is plugged in, you might or might not be able to see the green light on there. You plug in your battery, give it a moment, and you can see the green lights hopefully flashing there as it is charging your Mavic battery. Now here's the beauty of it. This JDB jump starter contains enough stored power when it's fully charged to fully charge a Mavic battery at least 3 full times just on its own. So not if you take that plus how much power, if you come with a fully charged battery, you got 4 complete 100% to dead flights. So you got 4 complete flights, which is, let's see, we'll round down 25-minute flight time per flight. That's 100 minutes of flight time. So that's a lot of flight time. That's like a 64 gig memory card full of video. But here's the other beauty of it. You can also charge your phone out in the wild, or tablet, or whatever you're using as your screen for your controller. Of course, I gotta turn the little switch there on for that. There we go. And you can charge your Mavic or Phantom or Inspire controller. Now, unlike the actual drone batteries, there we go, charging, the controller lasts, just as a test, I got about 10 full flights out of the controller battery before it was time to recharge the controller battery. And I can usually get 2 or 3 flights, full flights, out of this iPhone 5S before I have to recharge it, and that phone is dead. Now, one thing I will note is, instead of using my iPhone 6S, which is my actual day-to-day cell phone, this is my old 5S, and the battery is actually worn on it. And according to Mr. Battery, program called Mr. Battery, my battery is, sometimes it's as low as 50 to 70% health. So it's only holding about half of its original battery capacity because it's used, it's worn. So if you have a newer phone, of course you're going to get more flights out of it, or a tablet, you're going to get more flights out of it. So right now, we're charging the drone battery, the controller, and the phone all off of this one jump starter. And considering the battery, the phone and the controller will use considerably less power, chances are you might not even have to charge the controller on 4 charges. Now, one benefit I don't have set up for demonstration today, as it's up north, I don't have it with me, it's up at my parents' house up north, is a portable solar panel. What am I getting at? Well, once again, portable 12-volt solar panel. We can now plug the JDB lithium charger into the portable 12-volt solar panel. Yeah, it might take all day, but while you're out flying or hiking, your solar panel's back at camp charging up your JDB, so you have power at night and power to recharge your battery, or you could just plug your spare batteries into it. The JDB jump starters, and most of these lithium jump starters, also come with a nice little kit there. And this one actually came with a multi-connector, so I only have to plug into one USB port, and I can charge the old 30-pin iPhone, which is a little, those older iPhones and iPads that use that are too slow to use with the drones. It has a mini USB port, which is kind of obsolete now, a micro USB, which will charge your Android or controller, and then a lightning connector. So you can do all that. The kit's got it. And actually I have a dual one in my my drone box, my carry box for the drone, so that way I don't have to carry tons of extra cables. One cable to charge the controller and also the phone at the same time. And of course the lithium jump starters come with the 12-volt charging socket too. All your adapters for the laptop connections. So there we go. We're above 75% now because the battery's hitting 4. It's still charging. Now in my tests, it only took about 50 minutes to an hour to fully charge the Mavic battery from dead, or I should say, because you can't actually completely drain a Mavic battery in most circumstances unless you're like really far away and high up. But from the point where it force landed to the point where it was done charging completely took about 50 minutes to an hour, which is not bad. And of course there's also the little lights are a little dim with the surrounding ambient light in here, but there is a power gauge on here. This one specifically is 12 amp hour capacity. So that's, there's a lot power packed into this one little unit. And that's it. That is how I'm planning on charging my Mavic when I do my camping and my road trips. Because if my regular viewers, if you're one of my regular viewers, you already know I take a road trip every year with my boys to Chiloquin, Oregon, or it's also basically the Crater Lake, Oregon area, or Klamath Falls, where there's a place called Train Mountain. And we hop on a little 7.5-inch train, and we're out driving around on 7.5-inch track. There's 39 miles of it. By the time we get there this year, there's going to be over 40 miles of track. And we're out there for 4 or 5 hours. Well, I'm hoping to get some real beautiful footage with this Mavic. And this is going to be great for charging the Mavic while we're out on the track. Because there's no power outlets just randomly out in the mountains. I mean, you're middle of nowhere. You've got to carry a long-range walkie-talkie. There's no cell phone service, nothing out there. So that'll be some great footage this year. And there you have it. That is how you charge the Mavic battery out in the middle of nowhere. If you are interested in any of these products, also the 12-volt charger here has a cooling fan on it. So if you can prop it up so it can cool, this is an actual active smart 12-volt charger, meaning that some of them, I saw some of the cheaper ones, and don't get me wrong, this thing was extremely reasonable. This plus the adapter were less than 20 bucks total, free shipping. But some of the cheaper ones will require your vehicle to be running, so it has a higher voltage in the vehicle battery to be able to charge the Mavic, whereas this can step up or step down the voltage in order to safely and properly charge your Mavic battery. Both these, if you would like to purchase, I do have links to the purchase pages in the description box below. If you have any questions, post away, and I'll do my best to answer them.